Hello, my name is Cassandra Vella, and here is my multimedia presentation for the April 12th assignment. And it's pretty obvious that human factors at Embry-Riddle is a big deal, at least right now it is. And it's kind of hard to believe that our campus has plenty of human factors troubles on its hands. In this presentation, I'll be talking about the College of Aviation's first floor hallway doors. In that same College of Aviation, there's the FAA testing center that has a few tricky desk situations, and our campus Starbucks has some issues during busy time with its doors. So to start it all off, in the College of Aviation, the first floor hallway tends to have a lot of issues with students being hit with doors. I wish I didn't have to say that, but that is true, especially for those who are a little on the shorter end, the lower 5%, that might not reach the window area on each door. Of course, this example has window walls here, but with the wall placement, I don't exactly know what they are, but the columns, I guess, the gray columns as shown in the picture behind the door here, they tend to hide any people that are coming towards the doorways. So when you're looking, they're kind of in a blind spot. So if you're coming out of the office, the door kind of will hit you in the face, from experience a few times. One recommendation I had for this one would just be, well, actually two. You can either add a little alcove with this little hallway here, such as this lab door, also featured in the College of Aviation actually, or simply just making the doors go inward. I mean, they might not have done it that way for fire reasons, but there are plenty of doors in the college that also have doors that go inward, so that was kind of interesting. Next we have the FAA Testing Center over in the College of Aviation. This one's a little complicated, but as the students come in to take their exams, they do need to come around the desk next to the proctor to sign them in. They need to use the little sign pad on the desk, which is kind of in the middle. It might be a little hard to see here, but that little sign pad, they can't really see anything on it. It just shows up on the computer screen, so they have to be there in order to see it. The computer is at quite the odd angle, so they can't really see it above the desk if they're standing where they come in. They also need to read a piece of paper that is taped to the desk for their convenience, unfortunately. So that can be a little bit of a struggle. Sometimes the students that are working at the desk or faculty members, they will get out of the chair and let the students get a little closer there, but at the same time, it's still kind of a bit of what we call a chair dance. It's not the best setup at all. It's kind of hard to change up where the scanner, sign pad, computer, chair, everything like that would be. They would possibly need to get a new desk set up, such as the one shown in this example found at fitsmallbusiness.com. Maybe just a normal desk, chair, and they can add a computer, sign pad, wherever that they can manipulate or move around. Just something a little smaller than the giant bulky desk here. It might be an older desk. Maybe they can upgrade or technically downgrade to a smaller desk, but it might depend on budget. The next one we have here is the Starbucks on campus. It's a very frequented area. Obviously, it's much smaller. Well, it may not be much smaller, but it's known to be a little smaller than what it used to be at the old library building. But they have these doors. One goes out and one goes in. Assumably, if you're walking on the right side in your normal culture, you're going to come inside on the right from the door that comes inward. And when you're leaving, you're going to stay on the right and walk on the outward door. Unfortunately, that is not always true for everyone, especially with how diverse this college is. Excuse me. And a few times while students such as myself sit at one of these tables inside Seating, we witnessed a few students who walk right into the doors, either assuming it's a push-pull system like this one, or this one you can't exactly see it because there's a backpack in the way. The entrance door just has a pull handle on the inside. It's also a bit of a struggle as students come here during switching class times. So as you see the student in the photo, he's actually at the back of the line. There was a student on the outside waiting behind the entryway door, but the backpack student is currently in the way. If that student standing outside were to come right in, a backpack student would get rammed with the entryway door, or anyone trying to leave would have to maneuver around him and the chairs located in the bottom of the screen. So that's kind of an issue. Some normal Starbucks not on campuses have normal pull handle doors that kind of open outwards, sometimes both ways, just kind of depends on the location, I think. Since Starbucks on campus is using a building or a space that was previously occupied by something else, assumably they might have just used whatever doors were there, but it might be a good idea to revise those doors to go excuse me, both lay the same, maybe the same type of door, since this one has a bar handle and the entryway door has a normal grab handle. I don't exactly know the terms for those. But yeah, I mean, again, it is another door issue, but entry and exit can be a little different for different cultures, so that might be a little interesting to keep in mind. So overall, again, Embry-Riddle does need to reconsider some of their doors for daily safety and emergency regulations, such as the ones that we're facing on the outside in the hallways. Or if Starbucks had an issue and all students need to run out at one time, they might get a little stuck on the entryway door that would need to pull inward rather than outward, but then we run into the same issues from the first one, so it kind of runs around a bit, but I think they could still improve on them. As well as the door situations, the FAA Testing Center and the College of Aviation should look into some sort of wire extensions maybe for their equipment, so that way they can move them around to a different setup on the desk. That way the students don't have to crowd them into the desk around the chair, or maybe take away the chair and get them standing at a desk. That way they can just point things. But I guess it might depend on budget there, but that's still something that they should take into consideration, as we do have a lot of veterans and diverse students, or maybe someone who is a little larger than the average person in the waistline, and it might take up a little more space, so you might need a little more desk space there. Yeah, I hope these are helpful to the campus, and I hope whoever watches this has a great day.